Well, about 25, 30 years back when I came to this place, I was told कि भैया music छोड़ दे, तेरे बस की बात नहीं. But I told myself मेरे बस की बात.
When do you think that the song is good enough now? I don't have to keep making it more and more perfect.
तेरी निगाहों से, तेरी ही राहों से, करीब से गई जिंदगी. When I'm sitting with my tanpura in the morning doing riyaz, I'm in a very meditative zone. But the same evening, I'm doing a concert where I'm singing Chamak Chalo on stage.
Do you think that we are actually witnessing that change where Bollywood is no longer just the center of Hindi music?
When I was leaving from there, Vishal entered. I was like, hey, what are you doing? So he's like, I'm working on this film. And then it turned out to be the same film.
Do you really miss those days when song was simply a song?
Some songs of Garud music are just animation videos. If the product is good, let people find out where is this product.
Are we in India doing enough to mentor this young artist?
So I got on a Zoom call with her, Dr. Erin Walsh, and I said, I want to sing. I don't know, when I was saying that to her, there was the tear actually came down my eye like that.
The way we look at it is, AI can mimic music, it can even learn from all the legendary musicians.
One day I met Atul Kasbekar. He was producing this film, Mirja.
Yeah.
So I was showing him my pictures. I said, man, will you act?
But beyond the success of the songs per se, how do you measure success in life?
So artist knows that if I'm investing in my product, and that product is me, then I need to make sure that I kind of make a brand out of myself. Kids are very smart. I wasn't that smart.
Welcome to another episode of my show. Music, it has the power of moving us. It has the power to give us joy and happiness. And it has the power to stay with us long beyond the last note fades. My guest today is an artist who's mastered the art of creating magic through his music, Shekhar Ravjiani. From Bollywood hits to independent melodies to global collaborations, his journey is one of talent, reinvention, and relentless passion. Let's welcome the very talented Shekhar Ravjiani. Welcome, Shekhar.
Thank you.
What a pleasure to have you on my show today.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you. You've not just created Bollywood hits, you've created your independent music label as well.
Right.
But today I want to go beyond the hits and the fame. I want to understand the person, the artist, the entrepreneur, the thinker behind music, the magical music that you do. So let's start.
Right.
As I said, for us listeners, music is something that gives us entertainment, gives us joy, happiness, our peace. It kind of becomes a soundtrack of all our emotions. But for someone who creates music, what does music mean to you?
Well, music is pretty much all I know and have been blessed with. And means at the moment what I'm feeling is quite I'm going down memory lane right now with this studio because I came on television in 1996 where I shot an episode right here.
Okay.
These were the sets of Saregama.
Right.
The music reality show where I was a contestant. Right this place. I think this was where the stage was.
Oh, wow.
The extreme end of the studios.
Right.
And I lost by about 5 points. And that was the only kind of one television show back then, right? There weren't many back then. And that was the big one. Saregama Pa it was called. And when I got off stage, I decided that, I'm going to come back here now as a judge. I don't know, maybe it was just like that a 21-year-old, 22-year-old kind of really 20-year-old actually, very strong in the head, feeling, I've lost here, I'm fine, but in a very positive way. I'm going to come back here as a judge. And in the same place, 2007, I was a judge on Saregamapa.
Yes.
Same place, same studio, exactly where we are sitting at the moment. So when you ask me what does music do to you, music is something which kind of, there's passion, there is meditation, there is drive, and I think this drive actually, you know, after almost, I'm talking about 1996, we're in 2025.
Yes.
29 years, and I'm here sitting doing an interview in the same place with you.
Wow.
Talking about my last 25 years of my career.
That's right. And the drive still continues.
The drive is only increasing. My love for music is increasing. I'm a hardcore romantic, and I feel very romantic with music. I feel very, I'm deeply in love with music.
Okay.
Every single day. I wake up in the morning and I am, you know, music is this kind of energy which I'm in love with.
Oh, wow.
So yes, music for me is, I breathe music, I wake up with music, and I sleep with music.
You breathe music, you wake up with music, but you know, how does one create music? Because let me tell you, when we talk of or think of our work, we know we have to go to office, there's something there, we have to complete some tasks. Even a chef, for example, knows that there are 10 ingredients. Of course, she has to marinate them well, she has to cook them well and all that and create a dish. But she knows she starts with some ingredients.
Yeah.
In music, there's no set recipe. There are no ingredients. So what do you start with?
Well, you actually start with what you have. And what you have is given by him. So when you kind of realize that, then there is a person in your life who comes and introduces you to that hidden talent of yours. And that was my Khan Sahab.
Acha.
Ustad Niyaz Ahmed Khan Sahab.
Okay.
When I started learning Indian classical music, the way of his teaching was such that I was making combinations and permutations of ragas, and I was playing with ragas. I was kind of making my own structures, my own formats.
What age was that?
So I started learning classical music at the age of 8.
Okay.
And by the time I met Khan Sahab, I was about 14 years old, 13, 14 years old. So when I started learning from him, I kind of realized that he's teaching me like a very different way of teaching. And that was probably the most superior way of teaching music, where he would start with practicals. He would not go into theory.
Okay.
Practicals would be the most. How would you perform Rag Todi?
Okay.
In front of the audience.
Right.
So तबलची यहाँ है, तानपुरा आपके हाथ में है, आप शुरू हो जाइए. ये ऐसे आप शुरू करते हैं राग तोड़ी. तो बिगिनिंग से आप किस तरह से स्लोली, हाउ विल यू अप्रोच द विलंबित, उसके बाद आप किस तरह से एक ठुमरी में जाओगे, और किस तरह से 1 घंटे का परफॉर्मेंस की तैयारी जो होती है ना, वैसे खान साहब मुझे सिखाते थे.
अच्छा.
तो वहां क्या होता है, एक चीज रिपीट नहीं होती, आप यू आर मेकिंग कॉम्बिनेशंस एंड परम्यूटेशंस इन योर हेड. सो ही वाज दैट पर्सन इन माय लाइफ who made me aware of my talent of creating something. My father plays the accordion.
Okay.
He's a great accordion player, but never took it professionally.
Okay.
I'm from a business family. Dad's a businessman.
Okay.
And music was in the family. Like Jagjit ji used to be a very, very close friend of ours.
Okay.
He used to come home very often. Mehfils used to happen in my house.
Okay.
My dad used to introduce singers, call in new singers, new musicians, call his friends over, and there used to be a baitak, and used to be old songs, ghazals, all these things used to happen. So I've actually been brought up with that environment.
Okay.
So in that environment, seeing all the musicians playing, so when you see, you learn also at the same time. And when you see something, you learn something, and then whenever there's no one in the room, then you have a piano in front of you, and you sit down and you are making a tune. And then I used to call my friends over and say, look, I made this. And it started from there. And then my Khan Sahab came and actually made it a little more superior.
Okay.
And then I realized that I can write a song. I can create a song. Fortunately, the music in my house used to be ghazals. It used to be Michael Jackson. It used to be Elvis Presley. It used to be Beatles. It used to be S.D. Burman Saab's music. everything. So I was brought up with like a variation of different genres of music. And that kind of really helped me with, I can write a rock song, I can write a pop song, I can do a ghazal, I can do a... So suddenly I figured out that I'm really enjoying this beautiful version of myself who's being able to create. That's how I became a creator.
The diverse range of music that you spoke about.
Yeah.
It's very visible in your creations as well.
Right.
You have the Ishq Wala Love on one side, and then you have
Yes.
Dhoom Jo Pathaan, the energy.
Ji.
And then you have your Hanuman Chalisa.
Ji.
Your Hanuman Chalisa is so different from other versions. It's so peaceful. It's so calm. So do you get a very different feeling when you are creating a spiritual song or singing a spiritual song? Is it very different from when you're doing a romantic song?
You know, the thing is, I've realized that as the person what I've become right now is, I kind of, when I'm sitting with my tanpura in the morning doing riyaz, I'm in a very meditative zone. But the same evening I'm doing a concert where I'm singing Chamak Chalo on stage.
Right.
Where I'm kind of jumping up and down and I'm going absolutely nuts. So within me there are so many versions of myself. That I'm the kind of person who likes sukoon, I like shanti. But at the same time, I'm a rager. You know, I go and rage in nightclubs and I kind of really rage, and I love dance music and I love kind of making dance music and I love enjoying different formats of music. Actually, I've flown down to different places just to see a classical performance of some big classical singer, or maybe I've done gone to a jazz festival. And I love to learn. I feel there's so much more left to learn. And I want to be a student for life. I just want to keep on learning at all times. That's why I said my love for music is only increasing.
Yes, and you also spoke about the fact that, you know, you love meditation. You love, at the same time, you love enjoying music, raging music and so on. Also, I feel that even in making of music, there has to be that diverse mind play that has to come into play. Because if I look at music, I think it's kind of close to mathematics on one side because it's very precision oriented.
Yeah.
It's close to meditation on the other side because it's hugely emotional.
Right.
So when you create music, you have to balance your, you know, the inspiration, the precision. How do you balance it? When do you think that, you know, the song is good enough now? I don't have to keep making it more and more perfect. This is now when the song is made.
Instinctively, when you feel something strong about what you've created, you should just let it be. So that's what I do now. I don't kind of really spend too much time on my creation. If I'm listening to Begum Akhtar for a couple of days and I maybe write a song, and I decide that in between all my pop songs of Garud music, I'm going to make a Begum Akhtar kind of song. And I'm going to get this person to sing it. So what I do is I book a studio. I call musicians, I call the singers. I said, this is the song, these are the lyrics. सुबह शुरू करेंगे, 4-5 रिहर्सल कर लेंगे, शाम को इसको रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, done. इसको रिलीज कर देते हैं. So what happens is my first energy is like the final energy. I don't kind of really कि इसको और अच्छा करना है, इसको मैं इस पे और काम करता हूँ. Too much cooking also is like, then you overcook your food. You know.
That's right. And that
so the
first instinct.
First instinct यार वो, you know, ये डाला, हाँ खिल रहा है. खुशबू आ रही है आपको. You know, you're feeling great about it.
Yes.
Done. This is it. That's a sign from God that let it be now. This is where it was supposed to be. Otherwise, creation, completing something is such a thing where you'll never be happy.
Exactly.
You always keep on kind of working on it and on it and on it. But creators get I feel they get a message from a higher place saying that, you know what?
This is it.
This is, you're feeling, these are emotions, right?
That's right.
Any creator.
That's right.
Is lyrically, compositionally, you're doing something, you're singing something, I sing something, and yaar, maybe it's not perfect, lekin yaar, yahan chhu raha hai. It's coming and touching my heart. And then the audience, obviously. And I absolutely feel, and I'm going to say this like 100% sure about what I'm saying, is that when you feel strong about something, right, there are 99.99% chances that the opposite person is going to feel the same of what you felt. But that's when you feel it strongly.
That's right. And because it's come from the honesty within, it's come from within.
Yeah. But also you have to understand within this honesty, there is also another entrepreneur in your head.
Right.
Where there's maths, there's mathematics,
Yes.
there is calculations, there is too many other areas of, social media and this and that, and how will it reach people? So I have to close those lanes.
Okay.
And I have to keep only 2 lanes open. One is the creativity zone and the satisfaction zone.
Okay.
If I start thinking about these 6 lanes, which are also very important. Not that they are not important, then I think this will be compromised.
Okay.
I don't want these 2 lanes to be compromised. I want the satisfaction of creating something spectacular, which I feel is spectacular, and then living the joy of that moment, capturing that moment. And then these things will kind of flow on its own.
You said you kind of started playing music or learning from the age of 8, and then
Yeah. I learned the piano, I learned Indian classical vocals. I learned Carnatic for a while.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then your debut Bollywood song was Pyar Mein Kabhi Kabhi.
Pyar Mein, the song called Dil Se Mere Dur Na Jana.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was also the first creation of Vishal Shekhar.
No.
Right. No?
So Vishal and Shekhar were working separately on this film.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know Vishal was working on the same film.
Okay.
And Vishal and I used to live like 1 street away.
Okay.
Kemp's Corner and Pedder Road and Bridge Candy. So, and we used to meet. We had some common friends, and then we decided that he's interested in music, I'm interested in music. But we did 1 show together just for fun with all our friends, and then for a couple of years, I did my pop music.
Okay.
He did his rock music.
Yes.
And then I was told to do some songs for a film, first film. So I was very excited, and I went to the studio, recorded the songs, and one evening when I was leaving from there, Vishal entered. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" So he's like, "I'm working on this film." And then it turned out to be the same film. And then we kind of heard each other's music, and then we were like, "Chal, let's do this together. It'll be fun." And since then, it's been 25 years.
25 years. How many movies, how many soundtracks?
I think, I'm not very sure, but I think it's about 65 films till now, and close to about 450, 500 songs till now.
Did you all find that, there was the combination actually made 1 + 1 = 11, because you all had a little bit of different styles? As you said, he was more like the rock, the electronic.
I think we didn't know what we had also.
Okay.
We were just having fun.
Kind of, and evolved together.
We were just having fun. Eventually, I got a lot of knowledge from what he had heard and learned through music. And then he got to learn a lot about classical music from me, which I had learned. And my Khan Sahab always used to say कि बांटने से बढ़ता है. Share your music with people.
Okay.
Tell them how this raga happened. What is the structure of the raga? So this exchange of information today means, today after 25 years, Vishal can write a beautiful classical song. And maybe I could try and write a nice rock melody. So we've learned so much from each other over the last 25 years.
Of course, you've also now created your independent music label.
Right, Garud Music, yes.
Yes, and you've called it a distinctly modern platform.
Yes.
So what does that mean? I mean, is it the way music is created or distributed, or the songs? And tell us more about this platform and what is your role there? I've seen some music videos. I've seen you being actively involved, in the creation of that music.
Yeah.
So are you a curator, a composer, a singer, a producer?
Interesting. So let's go back 2 years before I started Garud Music. That's in the pandemic.
Okay.
When the pandemic hit us and everything kind of stopped. It was, I think it was that day when I kind of realized that I should celebrate music by not really structuring music in my head. Like when you work on a film, there's a story,
Right.
there's a brief,
Hmm.
there's a director's vision. So you're working towards that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're delivering.
Hmm.
You're like a caterer
Hmm.
who's saying मुझे Chinese चाहिए, मुझे Punjabi चाहिए, मुझे ये खाना चाहिए, मुझे वो खाना चाहिए, and then you are trying to kind of make sure that you're also learning, you're also exploring, but you're also delivering that kind of
Yes.
whatever's asked
Yes.
for.
Hmm.
And then I asked my question in the pandemic. I said, who am I? मैं क्या हूँ?
Hmm.
Like, what is my music?
Hmm. Hmm.
मैं क्या पसंद करता हूँ? मैं क्या बनाता हूँ? I suddenly realized I'm a chef who makes all cuisines. What is that? What is the sketch of mine? What is that painting of mine which is mine? And then I realized what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a practice of writing a song every single day.
Every single day?
Yes.
Okay.
From the first day of lockdown, I started writing a song every single day. One song, start in the morning, finish in the evening. What is the song about? Nothing. You make it in your head.
Okay.
So I started becoming a director in my head.
Okay.
I became a producer in my head. I kind of started making a brief कि ये गाना किसके बारे में? What emotion? Friendship, love, passion, poetry, modern format song, very old structure of songwriting. Every day I started doing that stuff. And then I realized the kind of music I was creating was so special. And I enjoyed that entire journey, right? That quiet time was a very good creative time for me.
Okay.
Amazing creative time for me.
Okay.
And then 2 years back, I decided to launch my own label. And I said, I'm going to just put out music, which I feel very special about. So I'm the composer.
Okay.
I'm the creator. I'm the producer. I'm the
Okay.
entrepreneur of Garud Music.
Okay.
And in this, what I've done is I've decided to kind of enjoy the process of music making. With people, without people.
Okay.
With people means with collaborators who are like some friends of mine like Arijit Singh, Shreya Ghoshal, Sunidhi Chauhan, to name a few. And then some kids who I've just met who are ex-Berkeley, ex-Trinity, and they've just finished graduation, they've come to Bombay.
Okay.
I've even jammed with them.
Oh, okay.
So I've released material with them too.
Okay. Okay.
There are most of the songs which I've sung. There are a few songs which have been sung by some people who are new, or there are some people who are established. And lots of different genres.
Okay.
So introducing new talent,
Right.
collaborating with established people, doing stuff on my own, which is my own song, and I've composed it, written it, produced it, putting it out. So I do all these things on Garud Music. So Garud Music is all about, that's Shekhar.
Okay.
That's Shekhar's music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Garud Music also has a diverse range of music.
Right.
You know, you have the Tamil track, the
Yeah,
Paya
just came out,
Paya. You have the soulful Vari Vari.
Yeah.
You also have some ghazals out
Yes.
there. You also have some Fly Fly Away.
Fly, fly away.
I think this is all about Shekhar, that
Yeah,
he can do all of this,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. I mean, it's beautiful to kind of, after doing this entire thing, suddenly seeing a consumer who's a 16-year-old consumer loving the music of Garud.
Right.
All those people who've loved my music and have followed me since the last 25 years are pretty much my age at the moment. But it's lovely to see that now my biggest consumption of Garud music is between the age of 16 and 24.
Oh.
And I love the fact that I'm catering to this really cool audience which goes on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and consumes music.
The music and entertainment landscape has changed substantially over the years.
Lots.
You know, you also spoke of Garud Music. I mean, initially in the early days, Hindi music was Bollywood music. Now you have independent melodies. You know, lots has changed. Do you think that we are actually witnessing that change where Bollywood is no longer just the center of Hindi music? It's just one part of Hindi music.
I'm not very sure, but I was told that back in the day when there was Bollywood music, there was also Mehdi Hasan Saab.
Right. Yes.
His music was.
Yes.
Begum Akhtar ji was.
True.
बहुत सारे independent musicians back then. Lots of it. There used to be pure classical albums coming out. There used to be
सही बात.
ghazal albums coming out.
हाँ हाँ.
बहुत सारे.
बहुत.
मेरे दादाजी के पास तो LP और records भी थे बहुत सारे. साथ में शोले भी. शोले का भी.
शोले के डायलॉग भी.
शोले की डायलॉग्स भी. सब कुछ था. I mean, in the sense, there was variety of. But I think over every decade, there has been Bollywood music being celebrated over independent music.
Okay.
And then independent music celebrated over Bollywood music. So there were a couple of years where indie pop was very big.
Yes. Yes.
Massive. When, we had Pankaj Ji's albums coming out.
That's right.
Jagjit Ji's albums coming out. Hari Hari Saab's album coming out. And there was this place called Rhythm House in town where I used to go and buy all my cassettes and CDs.
That's right.
And the variety of music used to be. And when you used to see the charts out there, you would see that all 4-5 independent albums are number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then a film album is number 5 and number 6.
Okay.
So there was a time like that. Then a couple of years later, Bollywood music was like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then independent one song, and then. Especially during the pandemic right now, independent music has taken such a jump.
Okay.
And it has gone really big at the moment. Like people are really consuming independent music. They're loving independent music. Yes, because it's really very honest. It's straight from the heart. It's beautiful. And sometimes there's no face to it. There's no marketing strategy behind it. There's no film behind it. There's no story. There's no big director behind it. Every reel you see is that song, that independent song, which your son is listening to, your daughter is listening to. And you're wondering, kahan se ye? Kiska gana hai? So the power of independent music also is growing.
Yes.
A lot stronger, faster.
Yes. Yes.
And also Bollywood music, at the end of the day, it's packaging, right? It's all about. Bollywood music is just not Bollywood music. There is an actor. There is a male actor, female actor. There's choreography. There's the way it's being shot. It's the way it's being presented. It's the production house who's actually really strongly backing that song. It's the media channels who's kind of showing more interest in Bollywood because of the packaging of the entire thing. And that's when a song comes in front of you, right? That's a fully packaged song which comes in front of you, right?
Yes.
But independent song there's nothing behind that thing. Sometimes there is no face. Like some songs of Garud music are just animation videos.
Yes, I have seen some of those. Yeah.
And I decided to do that animation video. I said, let people, if the product is good, let people find out where is this product from. The thing is to be honest about your craft, but when it comes out, maybe I not necessarily package in a way where people know that it's like a proper music video kind of thing, model, male model, female model, shooting, spending a lot of money, shooting it like really big. I said, let's put out just an animation video. There's a song called Fly, Fly Away, which in the college circuit, that song's a big hit, right? There's nothing to it, just a simple music video about this boy and girl sitting on a moon, about this boy and girl actually, flying on a bird. So it's just like beautiful. It's just like simple visuals which I kind of had in my head about flying away, and flying away into happiness and flying away into freedom and flying away into, the joy of the world. If we just leave our phones, the world is a very beautiful place.
True.
We just need to
consumed by
we just need to go and see it. We're not seeing it. We're not breathing it. We're not appreciating it.
Yes.
We need to start appreciating everything else apart from these phones of ours.
Right.
But I don't practice what I preach. Yeah, we're all engrossed in the phones because we want to know, right, what's happening. We want to know how our song is done. You want to know what is happening in the market. You don't want to know everything. So you're always glued to your phone, right? But what I also realize and what I also understand is the big inspiration which comes for music and for any creative thing is to be connected to nature. Your connection has to be very strong with nature.
You spoke about keeping it simple, the songs. There was actually a time when, the song was simply a song. I mean, we would remember the lyrics, we would remember the dhun. now the song is a marketing tool. It's a, you know, it's a reel. It's something that has to catch attention. Do you really miss those days when song was simply a song?
No, people also were simple back then. Everyone's lifestyle also was very simple back then. Abhi thoda flamboyant lifestyle hai, so everything is flamboyant.
So you have to be relevant to the days.
Means you have to go with the flow, as I say.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful scent. There's a beautiful khushbu in the old style of making music, listening to music. That ठहराव, that sukoon.
Yes.
All of us miss that. We miss it more because now we are in noise.
That time maybe we didn't value it that much.
For us it was normal.
Yes.
For us, when we are driving on Marine Drive and then listening to an old song, we felt really special.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But now there is chaos. So when there is chaos and when we listen to those old songs, we're like, हाँ क्या सुकून मिल रहा है, क्योंकि बहुत इतनी tension में हम लोग जी रहे हैं. You know what I'm saying? And everything has become very fast.
Fast, yes.
The way we are living life is very fast.
Yes.
कुछ tweet करना है, अभी कुछ Instagram करना है, अभी एक meeting है, अभी ये करना है, अभी वो. When do you breathe?
Right.
So all of us are running.
Yes.
And even when we are still, we want to run. So it's like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But same thing, you know, even the way music is distributed or it reaches the audience, it's now, it's the algorithm that will decide which music will be seen by how many people.
No, it's your connection with the audience.
Connection with the audience.
Yeah.
But what makes a song hit or not? I mean, a 3-minute song, I think the future of that song gets decided in the first 3 seconds.
The definition of hit is different right now.
What is the definition?
For me, Lag Ja Gale is a hit. Because after so many years, I'm listening to Lag Ja Gale.
Right.
But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a song is released, film has done spectacular business, song has become number 1. But after 10 days, no one knows about the song or no one listens to the song anymore.
Yes.
For me, that's not a hit. Yes, commercially, they might term it as a hit. But in my books, hit means जो गाने अब तक चल रहे हैं ना, जो आप और मैं गुनगुना रहे हैं, वो हिट है.
जो कोई आपको
And I'm hoping कि ऐसे गाने बनाओ कि 20 साल के बाद भी लोग सुनें.
Another trend that's taking place in this changing landscape is all about live music.
Right.
You know, so of course earlier also there used to be live music shows, but the way you've seen now the international artists also making India their center place. I mean, you saw what happened to Coldplay and Ed Sheeran and so on. Is India actually becoming a musical powerhouse in the entire, world map?
But India was always a musical powerhouse.
Was it? I mean, these international artists would never even come and think of stopping by in India. Now India is the most important part of their musical tour.
We were always a huge market. We were always a big market. People from the West always wanted to come to India.
Okay.
And they wanted to build the Indian market.
Right.
And because of Instagram and because of those 2 years of pandemic which we all went through, a lot of people explored a lot of bands.
Yes.
A lot of music.
Yes.
People saw a lot of YouTube videos.
That's right.
And then suddenly they developed a market very quickly. Indian audience, Indian people, and the kind of love we have for music, right? Yes, we love a lot of our Indian artists as well as international artists. But the thing is, for us, we need to start appreciating our Indian artists even more.
Yes.
That's what I feel very strongly. Everyone needs to start paying for this, right? There's a practice in India where free में passes चाहिए सबको.
नहीं, but जब उनको Coldplay की टिकट्स खरीदनी होती हैं तो कोई फ्री में नहीं तब तो देते हैं.
नहीं, तभी वो FOMO था ना वो. तू जा रहा है क्या Coldplay के लिए? किसी को भी 80% of the people don't know what क्या है ये कि मेरा दोस्त जा रहा है, वो लोग बोले मैं नहीं आ रहा हूँ, अपन भी जाएंगे, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है यार. नहीं मैंने तो बोल दिया 3 passes मेरे को चाहिए. But what are they going for? Do you 10 गाने बताओ ना Coldplay के. Tell me name of 10 songs. Yes, there are big Coldplay fans who actually went for their music, but their music is spectacular.
Yes.
And some people went for the experience because their show is an experience of of very well coordinated, great production, great performances, great lights, and they give you those bands, and people have seen it over.
Yes, because it's become more accessible. No? People know a little bit about what it could be. So yes, they want to go and experience it. Therefore,
Yeah, I think people from the West, artists from the West, have always showed interest towards India. Everyone wants to collaborate here. Everyone wants to come and kind of do their performances here. India was always a strong market, but now it's become a very, very, very strong market.
Talking about the business of making music,
Right.
you know, I think music is inherently, it's very individual, very personal. You have to have your own personal instinct to make music.
Right.
But at the same time, it has to be hugely collaborative. As you said, you know, it has to gel with the lyrics, the situation of the movie, and you have to work with the singer, the producer, the director, the actor brings life there, the choreographer. So for the new artists who are getting into this, you know, creating music, do they find it difficult? What would you tell them about keeping their personality or their personal approach to music alive and yet being able to collaborate with this whole thing?
Well, the thing is that for a new artist, that new artist is very lucky because it's a time where a lot of films are getting made. It's a time where you know, there's OTT platforms where series are getting made, movies are getting made. There's a lot of content people are making. So it's a great time for all these artists, all these new artists, because people now are willing to explore कि ये किसका गाना है. Even it's not a known name, but a good song, they will work.
Will listen to. Yeah.
The directors will work with someone new. The producers will work with someone new. Producers because it'll not cost them anything, you know.
Yeah.
And directors because they see a very strong connection of the film with the song. That's why they will consume the song. They'll take the song for consumption.
Okay.
Great time for artists. Second thing is very important for them to understand it's a very inclusive process. It's a very collaborative process. So whether it's working with the lyricist, the singer, the director, the producer, everyone has to work as a team together. Independent music, you're your own boss. You can decide what you want to do.
Yes.
Here, you have to go with the mindset that it's a team.
Yes.
Until everyone's not happy in the room, nothing can move ahead. You all have to be happy in the room, and then things can move ahead.
Yes, yes. So balancing this, your individual instinct and love for what you create, with, you know, it gelling with the team and what the team requires, is that difficult? You
need to have a balance. Depends on the person you are.
Yeah.
If you're a person who's very attached to music, and when director says nahi pasand aaya, you should be strong enough to say ke, don't worry, I'll make you another song.
Make it again.
But there are also a lot of people who are like, nahi pasand aaya, maybe nahi karna hai mujhe. There are a lot of artists who feel ke, you know, he doesn't understand my music, so why should I give my music to someone else? So it's all depends on a person to person. Yes.
Okay. Also, you know, a musician today is not just an artist. I think he's or she is like an entrepreneur. As you said, there are 6 streams running in your head. You have to also think of the album sales. You have to think of how to market your product. You have to think of how it will reach the audiences. So, I mean, in that, how do these young minds, how can they manage this business side of music while creating music?
The best thing about music education is that music business also is a very strong part of the curriculum now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when an artist goes abroad for music education, the laws, your rights, and the music business, they're all very important. So they study that too.
Okay.
So a lot of these new artists are aware of
all these,
what their rights are,
okay,
what the laws are,
okay,
and if they are producing the music, then they kind of understand how much money they should be spending on their own independent stuff, and how will they recoup the music, or how do they see themselves as investors, grow through their own music. I think a lot of these new kids have kind of now figured out a way to kind of um, realize how to create their own brand.
Oh, okay.
Today, it's a combination of the personality of the artist and the music of the artist.
Created. Okay.
Today, if I like your music, great, I'll listen to your music. But if I want to see your face, I want to know more about you. So when I want to know more about you, you have to be interesting. So you have to kind of show what you kind of do, and speak about what you feel. When people see on Instagram page and they see that you love this, you don't do this, you're against this, or you're for this, maybe they'll become fans of your some quality of yours.
Right.
And then say, अच्छा ये music भी करता है, अच्छा इसका music सुन लेते हैं.
सुनते हैं. Okay. So interesting. You're saying that. I mean, I was only saying that it's not just an artist but also an entrepreneur. You're also saying that personal brand is also very important.
And everyone knows about. Artist knows that I need to brand myself. If I'm investing in my product, and that product is me, if I'm investing in me, then I need to make sure that I kind of make a brand out of myself, so that I can recoup that money back. Kids are very smart.
Very smart.
I wasn't that smart. I was just very naive back then.
I think times have changed.
Times have changed. You have to be aware of what's going on.
Yes. But you spoke about education. But what about mentorship? I mean, are we in India doing enough to mentor this young artist? There's so much talent in India. I mean, are we able to spot the talent? Are we able to nurture the talent? Are we able to, build that talent?
Mentorship is something which was very strong back then when I was learning music. My Khan Sahab actually poured his heart and soul in teaching me and teaching others. And very beautiful way of giving. I started doing that about 4 years ago. But I also used to do that on all my reality shows. So I've done about 16 reality shows till now. Indian Idol, Saregama. I've done lots and lots of shows.
Okay.
And I mentored a lot of artists who came on that show. Okay. But now I started a school.
Yeah.
Shekhar Ravjiani School of Music.
So tell us more about that school.
So it's a collaboration with global schools. Their head office is in Singapore.
Okay.
But they have 65 campuses all across the world.
Oh, okay.
So there is a Shekhar Ravjiani School of Music everywhere in all 65 campuses. And the thing is this is a very interesting program we have, mentorship program, where we kind of select those kids who are very interested in music and kind of develop them into proper recording artists, performing artists.
Oh, okay.
So last year I had a show in Singapore and I got 3 of my students to come up on stage and perform with me.
Okay.
This year and last year, I introduced 2 girls from Abu Dhabi campus and the Singapore campus to feature on my Garud song, which I composed and sung with them. So I am mentoring, I am introducing, and I feel very proud of them. I feel very proud of these kids who are kind of really working on their craft and working really hard.
Yeah, because as I said, there's just so much talent in India, across geographies, across age groups, across genders. So the more we spot, the more we hone the talent, I think we'll create, more and more music in the country. Yeah. Technology, artificial intelligence, I mean, that is disrupting every industry, every profession. So for music, I mean, the way we look at it is AI can mimic music. It can even learn from all the legendary musicians. But how do you see the impact of AI? Is it something that actually adds to the creative possibilities of people, or is it something that makes you lose that human touch?
I have to say I have limited knowledge of AI, but whatever I've heard so far and seen so far, it'll just make things faster for you as a creative person. It'll just help you kind of administratively make things faster for you. But as a creator, it might be able to create for you. But I don't think it can ever touch your heart, because A, it doesn't have a heartbeat. Second, it doesn't, it's never fallen in love. Second, it's never felt the pain of love or pain.
Any struggle, any pain, yes.
So then AI can't do, because creativity is all about what you feel, it's your emotions.
Coming from within.
So AI can do those little prank things. Maybe you make a song right now and you give a command to AI, I want Kishore Da to sing this song. Then maybe in a few seconds or few minutes, the same song of yours, you'll be hearing it back in Kishore Da's voice. You'll feel happy. It'll never do what Kishore Da did.
Right.
It can never do that.
Never.
Right? The algo can really help it forming a texture, but somewhere you will understand that there is no emotional connect to it. For fun, it's okay. Also, a lot of few directors and few producers across the world may be asking AI to compose a jingle or a song for a product or for a film. Might work for them, but I don't see any emotional quotient in any of this AI things, because it can make things faster and simpler for you, but it can never be a communication from an artist to the consumer.
Right. And how do you deal with plagiarism in this industry? I mean, music was about inspiration, now it's also about imitation. So how will the young artists deal with that?
I think all of us as musicians, and I would say this for myself, we all are inspired by a few artists, right? And everyone has a choice to leave what has already been created and create something of your own. Create something which no one has heard before. I've always practiced that thing, last 25 years of my life. When I see exact copies of songs or exact copies of some, I feel quite weird, because I feel that the person who's copied that stuff has the potential to create something original and spectacular. Then why?
Yeah.
You know?
And why would that person not believe that what they create will also be good?
Exactly.
Yes.
But I think under pressure, or maybe, I don't know what they must be in certain frame of mind that they want to kind of, and there are websites right now who actually tell you that these following songs were copied from these songs, and the list is massive right now. You know, everyone knows, everyone's aware of what songs have been copied from where. I feel it's an offense. It's an offense to kind of really take someone else's music and calling it yours.
Yes.
It's the worst thing to do.
Yeah. And as you said, your own emotions and feelings will never become part of it, actually. Yeah. As so many of these changes have happened in the music industry, you said, of course, for the upcoming artists, this is a great time to enter.
Yeah.
What more? What other advice would you give them? Especially, when they go through this, that inspiration is not coming, the breakthroughs are not coming. What is the advice you would give them?
I think everyone wants instant success. But I want to tell them that the taste of instant success is just for a limited time. Wait for the long period of success. Wait to be that name which resonates in every single house. Instant success to koi bhi doesn't take long. With the right marketing strategy, if you don't do anything and just put regular posts and back it up, you'll be successful. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday people will know.
Yeah.
We keep on saying the new names. Ye kaun hai? And suddenly everyone is sharing that.
Yes.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yes.
So success is something which mil jayega aapko turant. What's the definition of success?
Right.
You want to be in everyone's memory. You want to be in everyone's. आज भी हम लता जी के गाने सुनते हैं तो उनको याद करते हैं, उनका चेहरा याद करते हैं. इसको सक्सेस कहते हैं. You know, still after so many years, and the next generation will always remember Lataji. So
Yes.
be an artist who is, first love your craft, enjoy your craft. Be with the times. I'm not saying that don't do whatever you're supposed to do. Do everything. But wait. Time will come. Doors will open. But you got to wait. Everyone didn't get everything instantly.
Yeah.
Everyone had to wait. And people who got things instantly, things were taken away from them also instantly. So जो जल्दी आता है वो जल्दी जाता भी है. So enjoy little things coming, these are all gifts. God has, as Santa Claus comes and gives you gifts, right? Collect your gifts आराम से. Don't be a rush कि मुझे I want all these golden eggs right now.
Talking about waiting patiently, pushing through the challenging moments, I want to ask you a personal question.
Right.
2-3 years ago, you faced, you suffered from what was called the left vocal cord paralysis.
Yeah.
Tell us what that is, and in a way, it is something that you almost thought you lost your voice.
Yes, it was called left vocal cord paralysis. Paralysis basically is paralysis of the left vocal cord. So I'd done some online concerts during the pandemic, and I realized that there was some problem with my vocal. Became very textured, very airy. So I went to the doctor. I said, "Please, can you check kya ho raha hai?" So he did a test, and then I went to an ENT surgeon, and they said, "You have a left vocal cord paralysis." Usme kya hota hai? I'll quickly tell you, so the audience also kind of understands. So when you sing something, your both vocal cords move like that. When you say something, or do so both are vocal.
Okay.
So what happened was my left vocal cord was stuck like this because it was dead, paralyzed, and the left was moving, and
the right was
because
moving.
of that there was an air gap in the middle. So your voice became like that. Now that worried me a lot.
I mean, it must have been like
No,
the
it shook
ground
me
has shifted beneath you.
Yeah, it shook me up. I mean, I thought I was pretty much crying within. It's very difficult for me to get tears in my eyes because I like to battle all the problems internally or externally. I like to kind of, I'm strong enough to face that. But this was a bit of the earth had shaken under me completely. So, and I was supposed to be in San Diego because I'm also working on a Broadway musical. So I was supposed to be in San Diego at that point. So I delayed my trip. I told the team I'll be coming in a week later because I wanted to sort this out, meet another ENT and another ENT. And they all said that, look, you'll have to do a vocal therapy to see if you can get this. So I did some vocal therapy here for about 2 weeks. Nothing really was happening. I was very disappointed. But for some reason, I just told myself, I'm going to heal. I am going to be back on stage again. I'm going to go and record a song again. I don't care. But was very deep in pain at that point. So I went to San Diego. I said, chalo, abhi kaam to karna hi hai. So I went to San Diego with the mask on.
Okay.
Again, it was lockdown, and then they lifted the lockdown, and then again there was lockdown. That kept on going on about 2.5 years back. Anyway, so I went. My musical rehearsal started, and there was this gentleman who came up to me. I call him an angel. The guy who came. He said, "Listen, Shekhar, I heard about your problem." I said, "Yahan kisko malum pad gaya?" So then someone I had shared with him. He said, "You know what? Can you please meet Dr. Erin Walsh?
Okay.
She's from the San Diego University."
Okay.
I said, "Yeah, sure. Means I'll call her." It's people in India have pretty much, given up, or I have given up. I don't know, but I'll try. So I got on a Zoom call with her, Dr. Erin Walsh, and I said, "Ma'am, this is what has happened to me. I've emailed you all my reports, and I want to sing. I don't know, when I was saying that to her, there was the tear actually came down my eye like that. So I was like, yes, I am in pain, and now I'm talking to the doctor, so I've been able to kind of express it a little more deeply and strongly with her. Maybe I didn't with the other doctors. So for the first 1 hour, she calmed me down. She made me feel really at ease, very special. And she just told me that, let's get your vocal cord back in action again.
Okay.
And I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
So we started doing these Zoom sessions. In 2 weeks, I started seeing improvement in my voice.
Oh,
2 weeks from
2
then.
weeks.
And I felt something was happening. And then, miraculously, by the grace of God, in about 3.5, 4 weeks, my left vocal cord has started moving.
Oh.
Which is very rare.
Yes.
And I got my voice back. Immediately after that, I came back. I sang a song called Rang, which is an independent song of mine.
So that was sung after this?
After that. And then I did my first show, a college show, where I sang beautifully.
Oh.
So yes, those 2.5 months were quite... that was actually a reminder that if you take things for granted, it can be taken away from you.
Right.
So now I really protect and everything, what God has given us, right? You have to kind of really respect and protect every part of it.
And be thankful.
Be thankful each and every day that you wake up with your hands moving and your feet moving and you're, being able to hear, being able to see, being able to talk.
Yes.
Can taste food, can enjoy. A lot of people don't have that privilege. So be thankful every single day.
Right. So one is be thankful. Of course, that's what it taught you. But what gave you that conviction and that gumption that I will get my voice back? And
No,
then in a way you rediscovered your voice almost.
Yeah, I had this drive and passion, which I tell a lot of people who are suffering from the same thing right now. After I posted about it, I didn't post about it 2 years back because I didn't feel it right to post about what happened to me. But on the way back from Budapest, I was in Budapest for a concert. When I was coming back on flight, I saw this documentary by Celine Dion. I Am Celine. And I was in tears because she's pretty much can't sing again. Oh, I want to, but unfortunately. So when I saw that, I was like, I have to share my story with the world. And that's when I put it on Instagram.
Okay.
Close to about 40, 50 singers are going through the same problem right now.
Oh, is it?
So I connected them with my doctor in India as well as my doctor in San Diego. Also, I met 2 or 3 singers and gave them my exercises which I used to do.
Okay.
Hopefully, they all feel better now.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everybody in life would be sometime or the other going through something where you just feel it's kind of the end of the world, whether it's in their career, whether it's their health, or whether it's in their personal life. So having gone through this experience, what is it that you would want to tell those people? I mean, how do you keep moving along?
You have to stay positive. You have to kind of... Well, about 25, 30 years back when I came to this place, I was told, "Bhaiya, music chhod de." This place.
You lost in the contest.
This place. According to your geographically, this is the place where I was told, "Yaar, tu kyun kar raha hai music chhodna? Tere bas ki baat nahi hai." But I told myself, mere bas ki baat hai. Then I went to a music company where they told me कि तुम्हारा album सुन के ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई बकवास musician है जिसने ये album बनाई है.
अच्छा.
बोला ठीक है. अब ये बकवास को मैं special करके रहूँगा. हम लोग में I think we all have the magic too. Someone told me you won't be able to sing again. I said I will sing again. So I think I have this drive within me to अनहोनी को होनी कर दे.
Talking a bit more about, beyond music.
Right.
Your acting debut in Neerja came as quite a surprise, but you were quite effortless in that role.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
So it's a very bizarre story, which I don't think I've shared with anyone before this, but after I did my 2007 Saregama, 2008, there was a lot of fan following for the way I looked on TV.
Okay.
I started getting a lot of offers in acting
Uh-huh.
back then.
Okay.
But I think for some reason or good reason or whatever it is, nothing kind of really materialized into a big screen
Okay.
presence. And then some really big directors got in touch. We sat down, we kind of big ensemble of actors and big directors getting in touch, meeting them, this and that. But as I told you, when stuff has to happen, it'll happen. So I didn't really chase it, but it kept on coming.
Okay.
But then 1-2 years, I was like, since nothing is materializing, just leave it. God has blessed you with music, keep on doing music. One day I met Atul Kasbekar.
The photographer.
Yeah, and we had a chat. He was producing this film, Nirja.
Yeah.
So I was showing him my pictures because I wanted him to manage my work and stuff like that for music. I said, man, will you act? I said, huh? He said, huh. So I did a screen test and they loved it.
Okay.
So, all thanks to Ram Madhwani and Atul Kasbekar.
Okay. And you enjoyed the experience?
Loved it.
Any other upcoming projects that we should look out for? Something where you're pushing your creativity in some other ways?
So right now, music is what I'm paying all my attention to.
Okay.
Also, I'm on the verge and working very hard to start a dog shelter. So hopefully in the next, let's see how it works, but I want to start something. A lot of people who've actually adopted or bought dogs in the pandemic and then unfortunately have then abandoned all those, those dogs, and also dogs who can't or who are handicapped and can't walk anymore and, are just being left to no attention. So I want to kind of do something for.
So you rescue the stray dogs?
So I've adopted 4
Okay.
4 street dogs.
Okay. And where are they?
3 I adopted when they were on the road, but there was one who was just in. So I have a house in Khandala.
Okay.
And I was kind of driving and I saw this little pup pretty much dying on the road. So I just got that pup back home and his name is Akira.
Okay.
And no vet was open in lockdown. So I had to specially call one vet and I said, please kind of open because I really need to show this pup. It's dying. And she treated the pup in Pune.
Okay.
So I drove all the way to Pune.
Oh, from Khandala to
Pune. It was like a movie, like a movie, one of those movies where there's no one on the street. This world has no humans left. From my house to Pune, it was like not a single person, not a soul on the road.
And you were going with that dog.
And I was going with the dog and I saved the dog's life. And now he's 2.5 years old.
And now you have 3 more.
So I have total of 4 dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so where is the shelter that you're planning to create?
So I'm looking for land,
okay,
looking for place. And hopefully I'll just find the right kind of format and structure to put this dog shelter together.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm in touch with some people who do this regularly and taking some help from them.
From music to dance.
Yeah.
On a personal note, your daughter Bipasha.
Yeah.
She started a dance studio of her own.
Yes.
So what's your role there? Are you the proud father who watches from far and allow her creativity to bloom?
I'm the proud father who's actually really proud of the fact that she's living a dream right now.
Oh, okay.
Of having her own dance studio.
Right.
She's dancing. She's learning. She's collaborating. She's working with a lot of international dancers. She's growing in this field. So it's beautiful.
Beautiful. And for a father, what better than to see that?
So it's a dance studio called 8 Studios.
Okay.
It's in Bandra.
Right.
And it's doing really well. It's been 6 months since we opened it.
Good. We wish her all the best.
Thank you.
Success means different things to different people,
right,
but it also means different things to the same person at different points in time. When you started out, maybe you were very thrilled about a blockbuster hit song that you would have created or appearing in the chartbusters and so on. But beyond the success of the songs per se. How do you measure success in life? Are there some moments where somebody has actually come and told you that your song changed their life?
Oh, many times. Especially with the Hanuman Chalisa.
Huh.
It's called the Shekhar Ravjiani Hanuman Chalisa.
Hmm.
So there are people who've come up to me in very different kind of places and scenario where they've come up to me and said that, you know what, my dad was in the ICU and your Hanuman Chalisa gave him the strength.
Hmm.
And today he's out and he's normal and he's fine only because of your Hanuman Chalisa. There's someone who tells me that, you know, my 2-year-old only sleeps with listening to your Hanuman Chalisa.
Wow.
Someone tells me that my 12-year-old boy, you know, wakes up in the morning and wants to hear Shekhar Ravjiani Hanuman Chalisa. So those are things which make you feel very thankful and special that, you know, there is some kind of attachment people have with what you've created.
Right. Right.
It's the strength of the Hanuman Chalisa. See, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm just a person chosen. There are many people who've done the Hanuman Chalisa. I was chosen to kind of create something like that, which was the meditative form of the Hanuman Chalisa, which I created. But out of 450 songs, 500 songs, people run up to me and then take my pictures and autograph, and they are talking about my Hanuman Chalisa. What I feel is, oh, they're coming to me for maybe Jhume Jo Pathan or Chamak Chalo, Ishq Wala Love, which I've sung. Or, but they're coming up to me and saying that we kind of thank you. They're thanking me. Okay, thank you. It has changed our lives. It has given us hope. And sometimes it feels so good to know that you're also a part of someone's therapy.
Right.
You're also a part of someone else's medication. You're also someone else's part of yoga. So I'm blessed.
And this is, I guess, the true legacy that an artist would think in his or her mind. Because, you know, songs can be remembered. But if people remember you for the way you touch their life, I think that is really a true legacy.
But that's something which you just thank him every single day. Hanumanji, I thank him every single day of my life that, you know, what have you sent me this tune, you sent me this energy. I could convert that energy and bring it out to the world. And now we are celebrating your Hanuman Chalisa through my voice and through the music you sent through me. It's such a beautiful feeling.
It comes back to what you started with, that it's a blessing. You feel that music is a blessing for
It's
you.
a blessing. Yes, totally. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just not music. I think everyone is blessed.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, ye talented hai, ye talented nahi hai. No, everyone is talented. But in what field are you talented?
Yes.
Sometimes it takes a while to find out where you are talented. कि मुझे करना क्या है?
Yeah.
लोग करते कुछ और है और करना कुछ और चाहते हैं.
Talent कुछ हाँ. And then how you hone that talent.
How you hone it, yes.
We spoke about, you know, some of the unscripted moments in your life, like you know, your left vocal cord paralysis and so on. But as I believe that everybody's journey, whether it's an artist or any other person, journey is quite unscripted. Things happen which you didn't expect, but they change the course of your life. So any other moments that you can think of which happened, which you didn't expect, but they actually changed, you know, your life in some way or the other?
I think every day it happens. Every day it happens in some form or the other. Sometimes it's unbelievable कि यार ये कैसे कर दिया मैंने. There's a certain you kind of gain that force from some place and then you create something and then you start wondering कि यार ये हुआ कैसे.
Yeah.
So every day is a surprise for a creative person. That moment you captured, that note you found, that magic which happened in music, and why at this point in the song did I feel extremely special. So that's a realization which happens every day.
Every day.
An artist mixes different colors and puts a palette together, and sometimes puts something and suddenly wonders, ye maine kaise kiya? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
that must be such a great feeling.
Your sketches, your paintings, it's an expression which comes from within, and that within is an emotion which is a very blessed emotion.
Right. Now we come to a section where I want you to give me very quick, impromptu answers to these questions. So, first tell me the first name that comes to your mind for each of these following.
Right.
A lyricist who surprised you with his or her words.
I think who I worked with or who I haven't worked with. I mean,
Any.
Gulzar Saab, Mera Kuch Saman Tumhare Paas Pada. The way it was written in a way where Panchamda said, "Ye kya hai?" and then composed to it.
Ye kya hai matlab? What did he
mean? It's written in a format where it's not a proper.
You can't make it a song.
It's a poetic format. It's written in a way where के newspaper का article लग रहा है. You know what I'm saying? So it's very beautifully kind of just thoughts penned, and then how the composer kind of made that song. So sometimes I feel कि मैं कैसे बनाता ये गाना, you know?
Right.
So sometimes I tell lyricists के do one thing, don't write in a structured format. Just break the structure. I'll make a song out of it.
Oh, okay.
So that inspires you to kind of do something.
And that inspires you to give it the flow.
Correct.
A singer who just elevated your composition.
Sukhwinder Singh. In a film called Kahani. Tore Bina. The name of the song is Tore Bina.
Yeah. Okay.
He actually made me cry.
Oh.
And I couldn't believe that the composition has turned into what he's elevated it to the next level.
An actor who brought this extra life to your song.
Oh, Shah Rukh Khan.
Always.
Om Shanti Om.
Om Shanti Om. Yes. Yeah. And that was a movie which again had all the diverse kind of songs.
It was a complete album. Proper complete album. Love song, sad song, dance song, celebration song, title track, everything.
Everything.
Climax song.
A choreographer who just added a whole new dimension to
Farah Khan.
Any favorite song of yours which you think she...
Well, she does every single song beautifully. But I think working with her as a director, and then obviously her choreographing all the songs so beautifully, and she does it with so much of love and laughter,
energy,
that it's beautiful. No one like her.
The fastest song you've ever composed?
Fastest song? I think the Hanuman Chalisa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just happened on the flow.
Oh.
If it's a 9-minute song, 10-minute song, it just happened in 9-10 minutes completely.
Oh. Okay. One song of yours which is your most favorite creation?
All of them are my favorite. They're all my babies. I can't choose.
You can't choose one baby over the other.
Over the other, yes.
Over the other, yes. Okay. One musical instrument that you wish you could master?
I want to learn the bass guitar. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I play bass on the keyboard and I play it really well. So I feel that when I learn the actual bass guitar, I'll be very good at it. I might start learning it.
Oh, wow. Coffee or chai? What gives you more?
I gave up coffee.
You gave up coffee?
Yeah. I used to drink 7 cups of black coffee every day.
Okay.
And now I drink only green tea.
Green tea?
Yeah.
All right. A weird talent that you have that no one knows about?
I think I'm a very good architect, interior designer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm spectacular.
So you've given all the inputs for your home?
I'm practical. I've got great taste. I've got great taste of colors. I have great taste of materials. I have great taste of textures.
Oh. So this is definitely something that...
Please offer me a job and I'll do a great job.
They may not be able to afford you.
No, I'll do it for free.
Okay.
Oh, did I say that?
Then we'll take you up on that. Okay. Your go-to comfort food?
Khichdi.
Khichdi?
Yeah.
All types of khichdi?
No, normal. अपना
Normal khichdi.
home khichdi.
वैसे आजकल तो बहुत बनती है अब, you also have quinoa khichdi and oats khichdi.
नहीं, मैं अपना
regular दाल चावल वाला
वो दाल चावल वाली खिचड़ी.
Okay.
ये quinoa, avocado ये सब थे नहीं हमारे. ये सब नए
नए आए हैं सब. हाँ. Late night studio sessions or early morning?
Mornings.
Early morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done many late nights for 25 years. So now I've started waking up very early in the morning.
Okay. Makes you feel much better?
Yeah. More energy.
More energy. Yeah. If not a musician, what would you be?
Nothing.
Unless you say now an interior designer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would. But still music would be.
Music would be.
Over everything.
It is music.
Yeah.
One artist, Indian or international, that you would love to collaborate with whom you haven't collaborated so far?
Would have loved to do something with Lataji. Unfortunately, nothing really kind of happened where we could work together. But would have loved to work with her. I would have loved to kind of hang in the room with Panchamda. I would have loved to kind of witness some musical sessions, and they used to have those baithaks where the composer used to sit with 4-5 musicians and present songs to the director.
Okay.
I would have loved to sit for Yashji's session. Yash Chopra Saab with Shiv Kumar Sharma and Hari Prasad Chaurasia. Shiv Hari.
Wow.
I would have loved to see and witness those.
Wow. A dream project that's still on your bucket list?
Many. I'm working on about 5 of them right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Want to share any?
Too early.
Too early? Okay. The most surreal fan moment that you've had?
A very funny moment I can tell you about. I was at Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok. And there was this girl who came from the opposite side, and she waved out to me and said, "Shekhar, hi." So the way her body language was such that you are meeting an old school friend or a college friend.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't want to embarrass by not recognizing her.
It sounds...
maybe school mein thi, lekin abhi alag lag rahi hai. Pata nahi, ho bhi sakta hai. So I also said, "Hey," like that. And then she came running. And I thought if I don't go running, it might look very odd. So I also went running towards her. And then her body language is such that you and I know each other. So I was like, and she's like, she came to me running and she gave me a big hug. So I gave her a big hug. And I was still trying to process ke college ya school, means where do I know her from? And then she's like, "Can I have a picture with you?" I said, "ये मैंने क्या कर दिया? ये जाके सबको बोलने वाली है, अरे शेखर तो अपने फैंस को देख के बहुत खुश होता है."
But probably
that was the most embarrassing moment for me. तो आज भी कोई मिलता है तो मैं दूर से हाई करता हूँ, and I control myself. And then sometimes it happened, यार तू पहचाना नहीं मेरे को, यार हम लोग साथ में थे स्कूल में. ऐसा नहीं यार, मैं आजकल थोड़ा दूर रहता हूँ. I don't get excited.
But for that fan, it must have been a total surreal
That fan
moment.
must have gone crazy.
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah. I'm glad I made someone's day.
Yes, absolutely. An aspect of composing music that you think people don't fully understand?
I feel you should understand the lyrics of the song. Those are the most important thing. A song is only complete by the lyrics of the song. What is the song trying to say?
Yeah.
Compositionally, you can accentuate that emotion, but lyrics is the most important thing of a song. So work more hard towards the lyrics of the song than the composition of the song.
You know, when I said that at some point a song was simply a song,
yeah.
I mean, basically we remember lyrics of all the songs that were played when we were young.
Yeah.
You know, lyrics is definitely a very
that's
important
that's the song.
That's the heart and soul of the song.
Yes. We are only taking the poet's vision forward.
Right.
Through melody.
Right.
Lyrics are the main structure of the song.
A lesson that music has taught you that's applicable to life as well.
Not take anything for granted, as I told you that. Whether it's music or whether it's your life or whether it's the way you live your life, don't take anything for granted, because everything can be taken away from you in no time.
So count your blessings.
So count your blessings and value everything you have.
Every moment that you have. Right. And now coming to this moment where you promised that you're going to
sing a song.
Yes.
Right. So I'll sing a song called Bin Tere.
Okay.
which is I sang the acoustic version in the film I Hate Love Stories. So a few lines for you. तेरी निगाहों से, तेरी ही राहों से करीब से गई जिंदगी, तुझे क्यों देखा ना, तुझे क्यों जाना ना, शिकायतें करूं या नहीं, थमी है ये सांसें, भरी है ये आहें, सहूं कैसे अब ये फासला, बिन तेरे, बिन तेरे, बिन तेरे, कोई खलिश है हवाओं में बिन तेरे, ओ बिन तेरे, बिन तेरे, बिन तेरे, कोई खलिश है हवाओं में बिन तेरे.
Wow. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you for being on my show. Thank you for sharing your insights, your feelings, your journey, and of course your song.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best in all your endeavors.